What's that stupid sign say about Jake brake? Oh, Jake brake. That one. America. You don't need to worry about the Jake brake sign. There's too much oxygen in here. America. Man, it just smells like crankcase diesel burn in America. Well, welcome back to the land of dirty old dump tires and soon to be forest fires. Cripples gotta get ready. We already had a couple forest fires around here and well, it ain't getting any wetter around here. It's gonna be bad. For the longest time, I always wanted to have my own wood mill because we got all kinds of wood around here, all kinds of Pinocchio pecker just sprouting out of the ground. Even this dirty old fir, it's got Pinocchio pecker sticking right out the side of it. Look at that sassy bias ply, man. So I've always wanted my own wood mill, and I actually bought one, and then I sold it to my cousin over at Spruce Stomper there. Come up and grabbed her, and he's always been sticking it in my crippled face as to how mint it is to mill up your own wood and dial in yourself. Well, I hate woodwork where everything's finicky and you got to plumb flush square the crap out of everything. To me, I'd rather take a dump in my hand than clap. That's not a good time. Look at that. Look at that. But when you're a Ford guy who's Dodge curious, you know, only full-size wood works for a feller. You know, you got to have a full-size chunk of wood in your hand. You don't want none of that stuff that you dink around with houses and the trim and all that garbage. Enough of that nonsense. If you guys haven't seen my cousin Spruce Stomper, he's mint. He's got his own lube tube channel.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, just on.
Holy shit, it did the whole way. And yeah, he come down, he bought that Sassy Pants mill off a cripple. Well, since then, Princess Auto had him on sale. You know when you're a kid and you don't ever play with any toys you got, but then one of your buddies comes over and starts dinking with your toys, then you want to start playing with those toys again? Well, that's pretty much what happens here. What he built is he took a greasy old RV chassis, cut her all up, made her all mint, and mounted his wood mill to the back of it.
Got everything on by the sweat of my brow, from my four-wheel drive to my cowboy boots.
Look at that greasy old dumptema. Basically his wood mill, he can dink around his yard with it and make his wood cutting ventures mobile, right? Kind of like my house, you know, it's got wheels on it, you can move her to where you need her, mint. Well, the thing about that is I don't know where there's any RV chassis, and all my trailer chassis, for some reason or another, they're all bent. All these are all bent, and they're really bent, like all the bent. I don't know why either. Look at that sassy old fir up there. Me and Junior were driving over top the pile. The skidder won't go up it. But the old 79 fir sure will. What a treat. But I was at the auction there not too long ago, and they had these sassy piles on special. So what these things are, is these things are called a rig mat. And what a rig mat is it's in the name. So this thing, basically, they bring these out to location, and they line up 100 of them all over the place, and then they set the rig on top. And they usually have wooden, well, this stuff, but not rotten. They usually have wood that goes in between here, and then the wood supports the rig. So they set the rig down. There's different strengths of mats, but these are just like one that the catwalk would sit on. So these things are mint. They're solid as hell. They're made out of wide flange and I-beam or whatever the hell it's called. And I was figuring, you know what? If a cripple took one of these, and this thing's 20 feet long, and mounted a bunch of steel to it, and then stuck the wood mill on top of that, well, that would just be tits out of 10. Because then, since I'm a cripple, what you got going on is you can stand on it and do all your wood milling stuff without having to get up and down off of a car trailer. You know, I gotta make this thing cripple accessible, what for being a cripple. So you're saying, Peg, like, what are you stunned? How are you gonna move this thing around? Well, that's just the thing. So you see these things on the end? Well, these old girls, those are designed to have a winch truck or a bed truck, take one of them cable slings, or well, in my case, a chain, and they go around there, and then they yank, and then they're able to suck it up over a live roll. Or a dead roll. If you've got a dead roll, it'll do it. But a live roll is a little nicer with the cable. So what they do is they, oh, a couple tires jammed in here. So what they do is this live roll, that thing will come up behind, you'll start lifting up on it, and it'll go over the top and slide back on. The only problem we got is the thing about my live roll, it's connected to Kenworth, and Kenworth is connected to broken U-bolts and a nut that just won't come off, and a lot of suspension work to which this cripple doesn't want to get done. But I got to get it done. Look at, if you look here, this whole suspension got unbolted by a D9 cat I was hauling. So I was hauling a D9 cat.
Ain't nothing like a caterpillar in. Turn it up.
For a buddy of mine, and it snapped off the nuts that are supposed to hold the leaf spring pack in. So old Kenworth's been laid up since then. That's why she's one-legged her with the wheels here. So what a cripple's got to do is get old Kuntz running, get her out of the hole she's in, build up a sawmill of some variety, repair all this garbage, bar new wheels onto some rims that I got, go get that thing and build a wood mill thing. In my brain, I figured, you know, it'd take me probably 2 or 3 days to get this done, but we're gonna find out how long it takes to get done. I think the last time old Kuntz was running was, well, it was a while ago. I think it was this winter we did a cold start on it. We're gonna go grab some batteries, and I bet you this minty old pile's just gonna tickle right to life. Oh, what a treat. Can you guys imagine that? Some idiot felled a tree on my beloved Chevette. Anybody need a good fender for one of these? Man. All right, we got Rhonda loaded up with a couple old dump to us. Go fire that sassy old hooer up. All right, so this old hooer, I did get rid of all that garbage 12 to 24 volt system, and I put a brand new Chinesium starter on the old girl. She should shoot you up just mint. We're not gonna put 4 batteries in it, because 4 batteries is twice the weight. Oh, you don't need 4 batteries. Well, it might not run though. It's got a Cummins battery with a cat. Kenworth had them on sale a little while ago. Just a good deal. 90 bucks a battery, I think it was. That's why you should run these Series 31s and any old Ford you got, because they're cheap and they put out all of it. It's what you look for in a woman. Winter dog, what are you doing under there? Are you being stunned? You are being stunned. You stunned dog. Was the kill switch on? Oh, the kill switch wasn't even on. All right, well, hopefully nothing's smoking inside the truck. That's what we're gonna want to hope for. I had to rebuild this whole battery box when I got her. She was just a rotten old hooer. Well, she is plus all of it communist outright, so we shouldn't need any sauce to fire it up. Man. All right, well, we might as well check the 1267, because she had been sitting a while. I don't see any oil under it, but if there's water getting in it, it's gonna be a real bad time. Oh, I think the dipstick's on the other side because I'm stunned. Everything looks good in here though. Nothing looks like it's bunged up. Old Slave Lake did get a little frisky with this fender this year. Uh-oh. Oh, he's running into cunt. But we can fix that. Oh, literally, I've never seen it so close to full before. Man, it's probably the handle she's leaning on. She's got a heavy dose of Lucas to it. This mill doesn't have any blow-by. My B model does, but this old girl, she's mint. As far as the coolant goes, it'll be fine. Let's go see if my boy hid the keys. Oh no, we're good. All right, well, let's see here. I bet you it's just gonna fire up like nothing. Oh, that's cheating. What a treat. I didn't do that. She wants to live. girl, you gotta idle her up to 13 or 14 to get her to start charging. There she goes. All right, well, we'll let her idle up, let her air up, and get her in the shop. All right, so spring has sprung here. It's beautiful out, right? So, you know, usually people are excited about planting their lawns or whatever the case may be with flowers and all that. I'm excited that I actually found the rest of Slave Lake's yoke on the ground. Look at that. If any of you Patreons want this thing, you can have a genuine piece of Slave Lake right there. Yeah, she came from that direction where Slave Lake was sitting, fired out over the snowbank, well, through the snowbank, and it landed right there. There you go. One of you Patreons want that, I'll send it to you. Old right-legged man, he's good at sending it in the mail. Let's see if the old girl chooches out of here. Air ride still work, mint? Oh, you darn tootin' she does. Mint. Oh, the brakes released. I haven't had this thing out for ripping way too long. And this has got a debacle of a shift pattern in it. Oh, she's just locked up. I'm gonna have to rack her, Barb.
Rocket, Barb. Rocket.
I'm rocking it.
Slower, Barb. Slower.
Well, it's probably because there's no wheels on the back. Oh yeah, we're just digging further down. And I think being that it's such a wampus angle and this thing doesn't have lockers that, well, it ain't moving anywhere. Yeah, we got nothing spinning on this side. Got all open dips and no lockers. You imagine running this thing in the patch all them years ago? Putting chains on was a must. Yeah, she's not going nowhere. Don't worry though, I got some heavy equipment that's gonna get this thing out mint. Oh yeah, we got the right iron for the job. So we had to move the 300. You know, we could just use this thing to pull it out, but I mean, where the f is the fun in that? So I guess the rickshaw has been doing too many Kegels, and she's not light enough to do this now. We gotta do the old 300. Oh, Slave Lake wants to be a tripod. That was in a bit of a hole. There is only 4 tires on the old girl. We need to put 8 tires on it, and it'll get twice as stuck.
Oh, knock it. Look at that.
Yeah.
You even got, what, 2 studs for safety?
Oh yeah, all those are fine.
Yeah, 2.
That's fine. It's fine. So we got 1 cat running. There's 12 cylinders of cat running right now. We need to redline them. A little bit of rickshaw, a little bit of K-Whopper that skipped leg day, a little bit of yankum rope. She's out. Now we need to do dueling cats. It has to happen. just smells like crankcase diesel burn in America. I got a hard on and goosebumps.
Man, that's nice.
America. American-made product manufactured in Pakistan. That's when we used to be together.
So we used to be like this.
Now we're all liberal up here, and we're all, you know, in the girls' bathroom, and yeah.
It's gonna happen.
At least we got all the important things on the go. You know, we don't need trucks. When was the last time you seen one of these stupid things on the road?
Oh, I know it's big. Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen one in probably.
I buy all my food from the grocery store, so you don't have to burn any diesel or kill any animals.
Well, that's why I don't hunt, because you can get meat at the grocery store. Why would you kill something?
And you don't have to kill something. Meat.
Makes sense.
Meat's racist.
Thank you, Trudeau.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love you.
He explained it to us that we're racist,
Yeah.
and we understood it. You know, we don't need trucks,
No, these do nothing.
and I think they're misogynistic.
It's wrecking the environment.
It is. How dare you?
Throw it to the rat.
All right, well, let's pull this old whore in the shop and get her all healed up. And just like that, my shop's not big enough. You don't want fresh air in here, do you?
Nah.
I like how there's chunks of soot flying out.
I see that.
Yeah.
Hillbilly snow.
It is hillbilly snow. Oh, it's snow that's finally not racist. Look at the freedom in here.
It's evening all of a sudden.
Oh, it's freedom. Yeah, just no wonder all the lights keep dying. I don't really know how to lift something like this up for doing suspension work, but I think that's gonna be just fine. All right, so I've never done suspension work on an old spring truck before. Usually what we would do is we would lift them up on big ass jack stands on the frame and let everything sack out and sag. But the back of this prick is just plate, and it would be sweet just to stick the jack stand in on that, but I don't know, I don't trust that as far as I could throw it. I did the best I could with what I got. And we got to use this special socket because this stupid dirty old Bud wheels junk. Righty loosey. So why is my boot wet again?
Stupid.
With that, and I got lied to at the auction. That's amphibious vehicle driving. So now, what has to happen here, if you all look at this, this is a bit of a up. What has to happen here is, I guess I could support the diffs a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to support the diffs a little bit because there's no space here. But you guys see this big spring thingy, okay? So what's happening is these things, now there's a truck out mechanic, well, an old truck mechanic out there that's looking at this and saying, Peg, you're stunned, and well, you're not wrong. But what I'm thinking is, I've only ever worked a whole lot on air ride, a lot on air ride, and not a whole lot on this guy. So this thing here captures the leaf springs from falling off. This here locates your diff, and this is your leaf spring pack to which all the weight rides on. Well, you can't undo the U-bolts and get rid of them without getting this nut off and pulling this thing out so the U-bolts will clear the frame. So the problem we're facing here, I don't know how this works, unless, no, there's definitely a center bolt in there, I think.
You sure about that?
So I know there's a guy out there yelling at me saying, Peg, you're stunned, and I know that. But I don't know how to do this. So what a cripple figured he'd do is do a nice job of slicing off these things, because in order to get this leaf spring pack out, it needs to be slid away. In order for it to slide away, these have to be out of the way. In order for these guys, unless, I still don't know how to get this part at all. I got not a clue. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna start hacking up with a torch and see what happens. All right, so the leaf spring here is holding up that diff, and it's got that neutral spot for the leaf spring and that dingle. So next thing is now try to get this bolt loose, lo and behold, and it's already all bunged up from chains over the years. So we got to get this thing loose and get this thing absolutely hot as hell, and then try to get this thing to slide off. This could be a bit of a debacle, because there's no other way to get at them U-bolts. I can't see any other way to get in there. All right, so my buddy the Boss Garage there, love that feller, says use crayon. So I don't have crayon because I ate them all. So I'm gonna use this guy. I guess that's supposed to be the ticket. Oh, come breathe this in, Kevin. Oh, it just burst into flames. I don't know, but it's gonna come apart. That's all that matters. So it's supposed to suck this crayon in. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Bong hoot that thing. So if we pull the threads off of that thing, I don't know what we can do. It's gonna be bad. Man, all the suspension I've ever worked on is like 95 and newer. I like air ride. Air ride's really easy and it's really cheap to work on. All right, we'll clean those threads up. A little more oil. Now we'll see what happens. All right, so lo and behold, I hope this comes apart. We gotta fire up the gas-powered impact. So what we got going on here for a plan meow, since I don't have a 2.5-inch impact socket of the 1-inch drive variety, my minty neighbor hooked me up with this thing, but he doesn't know what it's for. If you guys could tell me, that's some gigantic weird looking head. But what we're gonna do is weld this mother to that mother and then impact the out of it, and hopefully that after I weld it, well that's not good for it, but after I weld it, it'll help spread this thing apart a little bit and let us get it off, hopefully. All right, well we got her all welded on there, pretty good. Now she's 1-inch drive. Hopefully that gives us the chutes we need to get this thing done. Make sure you safety squint. After figuring out that I'm stunned, I might as well show you guys why I'm stunned. I was able to salvage this nut, because it's some special nut with a collar on it. So what's going on behind here is a big ass bushing to which you'll never ever get that prick to move. To replace that bushing would be a nightmare. So what you guys got to do, I think, this is a big ass pin to which I think this is hooked to, right? So I think what I got to do is undo these 6 bolts. There's 3 in the front and 3 in the back, and those haven't been off since 1980. And then all that's connected to this, which runs over here, which is then connected to this. So then I'm gonna have to I have to pull all these nuts so they're damn near off. So I'm gonna have to heat every one of these things glowing red and let her sit for a while. Lower these guys down so it'll give me some room over here. Oh yeah, because this bottom side, there's a big weld here. So when you drop this thing down, that thing comes down with it. And then when you get that thing fired up down, I think that'll give you access to the U-bolt.
You sure about that?
Witter dog, am I stunned? Witter dog's even looking at me like I'm stunned. So what the plan is now, I don't think that there's a center bolt in these leaf springs. So this has bent, right? So this thing here has moved forward on the bottom springs over 3/4 of an inch. Well, that's a good song. So that's moved forward 3/4 of an inch, the whole leaf pack. So there's no center bolts in these. This is my plan. My plan is to get rid of all this So the U-bolts have got to come out of here, and now this frame thing is pinched on here since I cut those U-bolts. But since I'm just going to gas axe everything out of here and try to pull these leaf packs out. Once I pull some leaf packs out of this debacle, I'll be able to dink with all this because it's not going to be a big deal. Once that's done, lo and behold, I'm going to try to pivot this pivot with a jack, with like a porta power between there and there, and push it down, slide a new U-bolt in there, push it down the other way, slide a new U-bolt in there, stack all the leaf springs in there one at a time, measure them all up, and then tighten the U-bolts. That's my plan, and I hope it works. So I'm just gonna get to torching, and I'll let you guys know how she goes. So I got her apart, and like I thought, not one center bolt in this leaf pack. So that's bizarre.
How bizarre.
Never seen that before. Man, talk about learning to hurt. I've been at this for better than 4 hours now, and I'm just learning that I'm an idiot now. So that's not good timing.
This life's hard, man, but it's harder if you're stupid.
So now, what a cripple can do is I think this leaf spring, well, that thing's kind of riding in there. So now what the plan is to get the rest of this leaf spring pack out of here, one piece at a time, old Johnny Cash style.
I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime.
So we'll torch these off, pull this leaf pack off so the whole leaf pack's out of it. Don't worry about that gouge mark in there, that's fine. We'll just cover that up with paint. What the plan is to see if I can porta power this thing sideways enough to which I can put U-bolts in it. There's not even a hole for a center bolt. There's dimple marks, but no proper hole.
That's what she said.
How much torching? All of it. I'm gonna pry bar that leaf spring out of there, hopefully, which is a debacle because even it doesn't want a clearance. It's gonna just clear if it does at all. Oh yeah, she's coming apart. This thing's really lightweight. Oh, don't f the threads up, you fat cripple. All right, so now these ones should slide out one end. Oh. So those are all out. Man, so now what a plan is to get this whole thing to swivel. It's not gonna be easy, but I think it's my only option to get this thing to go down the road again. You were gonna say pegging legging now. What's your favorite tool in the shop? Well, even before this job, it's definitely the blue tip wrench. What a treat. I blew my shoulder out again. I had some fat guy fall on it about 10 years ago. My arm's never been the same since, but I mean, that's just the way she goes.
That's truck driving.
So this is what we're left with, is this. And it's a lot farther ahead or way farther behind. It depends on which way you wanna look at it. I've almost died 1,000 times using a porta power. They're all the dangerous. It would be nice to have maximum stroke here.
That's what she said.
So we're gonna get this thing together in the hole up top
That's what she said.
and slide her in home.
That's what she said.
So now, I'm just gonna try to jack her off here.
That's what she said.
Whenever you're using a porta power, always stand the back. When this thing starts rickshawing out of there, it'll get you. And do a little bit of jacking here. Oh, it's pivoting. There's a lot of tension on this porta power, but it's doing what it's supposed to do, I guess. A lot of creaks, a lot of groans. So that's about where she's never been before.
That's what she said.
You know who I bet's worked on one of these before? That Watch West work guy. I don't think he watches my videos. I'm not very PC. But if he did, buddy, you should do a video on one of these, and then I'll know what I'm doing. I watch all your and you don't even work on 1980 W9 or LW 900 bed trucks from Alberta. Like what in the for Fox Creek is that all about? We're just gonna keep going until something blows up here. It's getting close to doing that. There she goes. I flinched a bit.
Oh, that one puckered up my butthole.
That thing is moving, so that does give a cripple hope that we can get it all the way one way, slide a U-bolt in there, get it all the way back the other way, slide a U-bolt in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go wipe my pants a little bit. I shit myself, but we're just gonna keep jacking on this thing and see what happens. I'm sweating like a liberal, getting threatened with a day's work. Man, that thing's in there with all the tension. I was actually poking up on the deck a little bit, and that deck is 1/2 inch plate. Now, this is gonna tell me if I'm absolutely stunned and this is never gonna work. So the U-bolts have to be 11 inches, call it 11 and a half at max. So if we've tipped that thing enough that we're 11 and a half inches in, oh, now I get to stick my head in here. This is gonna be wonderful. So yeah, I'm gonna be able to stick them things in there no problem at all. Like there's more than enough room to stick those U-bolts in there. This is awesome. So I'm gonna be able to get the thing back together the way it's supposed to be, mint. So my hillbilly ass is back at her this morning. I went into town to go get U-bolts early this morning, and apparently there's some special hillbilly to which they can't get in for right now. So just gonna have to wait, but don't worry, there's all kinds of fiddle to get to today. I gotta get wheels on this thing after I get all this done, so I might as well get the wheels done for it. After the wheels are done and the leaf springs are done, well, the truck's ready to go with the doors, so that'll be good. So I'll get the wheels done, and then yeah. So I got this minty hookup at Fountain Tire. My buddy Carl and my buddy Chris down there, they both hooked me up with some dirty old G741 MSDs. They were takeoffs, so I got a bunch of them skins, and they hooked me up with 4 brand new Bud wheels for it, because I didn't have any. I couldn't find any. And the other ones that I have, they're on that ass old picker truck I bought a few years ago. So we got new ones for it. So it's gonna look sassy. You know, I have those dirty old ones on the inside and sassy pants new ones on the outside. It's gonna look Billy Big Riggin'. What are you stunned? All right, well, we got 4 skins all crippled together, ready to go on, mint. So I figured instead of waiting for the new U-bolts, these U-bolts are still pretty usable. So I'm just gonna grab the welder out and I'm gonna weld all these back together.
Are you retarded?
Worst part about it's gonna be getting the nuts broke free, but I think I should be able to make that work. It's just a segmented U-bolt is all that is. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, it's already a U-bolt. But we're gonna just clean up all this and get on to the next debacle. You know, setting up a wood mill to wood mill, you're definitely gonna need to do all the suspension in your Kenworth first. That's how it works. Right, we need a little more inspiration to keep going here. Oh yeah. Oh, you hear that? It was a little America. I didn't even do that. There's too much oxygen in here. Better. Just instant freedom. Oh, just look at American flags, right? And look at it. All of it. Yeah. Look at how majestic the air is in here.
My eyes are feeling the majestic.
Yeah, breathe that in. Breathe it in. That's America.
It's getting burny in here.
Yeah, are you getting too close to the freedom? All right, well, we got the suspension and the tires as far as this cripple can get it. So now we got to get to the rest of this wood mill. This is, you know, normal stuff for having wood mills.
Exactly.
You got to get your bed truck going good for the wood mill to run. That's how that works. And you got to blast the air full of freedom. I needed that wood mill. It was a good deal at P-Auto. It was on, man, that was a good deal. It was like 40% off or something.
You got like 2K off that thing.
Yeah, that was mint. We took her to the dump. Witter dog had a bath. What you doing there? Oh, just shearing the dog. Oh. You like it? Good.
He's a good dog.
We definitely didn't use car wash, but man, he's fresh. Has it got Rain-X in it? He's gonna beat water like a mother. Oh yeah.
Cleans cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and winter dogs.
And winter dogs. Look at that stencil. You get those on ziptiesandbiasplies.com?
Yeah, ziptiesandbiasplies.com.
Oh yeah, but our communist shipping company is gonna be everybody over, so get your meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, communism.
Yeah, we got you covered.
That window that was right there, I turned it into redneck diamonds. You want to bring some cubic zirconium home for the old lady? So, looking at these things, I think they're both equally as.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see one better than the other.
Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. So that one, because I think they're both bent. So what we're gonna have to do is we'll have to put some railroad ties under each end.
Oh yeah.
And then just bend it till it's straight. We don't have a straight line, all we have is a chalk line, but it'll do the job. So if we hold that guy straight, so there's about 1 inch of deflection in that one, don't worry about it. It'll be really cool when I'm done. My hillbilly brain lays in bed at night in the Acco Shack, and I just think about cool stuff all the time.
Rip zins and think about cool stuff.
Well, rip zins, yeah. And then also I think about diesel trucks, America, and I also think about. But yeah, we're gonna have to actually be kind of strategic about this. So we'll use those greasy old poplar logs we got out of the bush the other day. All right, we're using the best equipment here. So we got the chalk line. It's tied onto this end, tied onto the same end on the other side. And now, what Kevin's gonna do, my right-legged man, is the distance between the string and the beam has to be equal. So that beam is straight, so the wood mill will run straight on it. So I'm just gonna push down on it gently with the proper equipment, and it'll be fine. Oh, look at the proper equipment right here. All right, well, she's all good. Now we'll go set her in spot and get the welding. Alright, well, we didn't have enough material, so we got the trailer loaded up on the wonton and the Mennonite loaded up on the hood. My hat blew off, Daddy.
I hope your damn head was in it.
Oh, there goes his hat. Hope your head wasn't stuck in it. Rickshaw's got this. Get a wonton. I'll have to go to the dump on the way home. Oh, he's got a little whiskey throttle there. Yeah. Ready for the tie down? That ain't going anywhere. Alright, well, we got all this hauled over with the rickshaw. Just a workhorse. So I would like to have the walking deck supported by the middle on each side. It's gonna be wonderful welding all this galvanized. I'm barely gonna get up. I'll drink lots of milk, it'll be fine. Alright, we are parked pretty close so we can get power outside. But I don't want to burn gas. We're just gonna pin this thing down, weld her in the spot, and knit. Alright, well that looks good enough for this cripple. Alright, so we got this one kind of situated. It's a little bit up, but I mean, what do you expect? That my neighbor's Minty hooked me up with these things for just a sassy pants deal. That's just the way she goes. It's touching all the way along here, so we're gonna make sure we cut our right along there. Everything I own has a Richie Bro sticker on it. Even the house I live in. That's the way she goes. So we're just plugging along here. Everything's going mint. So we got the fan set up and a mask. So welding galvanized. I've worked with it quite a bit. I don't know why, but I get this nickel taste in my mouth. Like I got a mouthful of coins and I just get right up the next day. I don't want to do that. I don't know, this old crippled carcass that I got is, I gotta make her last as long as I can, you know? Jaco. Old people on the old YouTube they're asking where Mullet Break is.
Yeah, we're just drunk and high, you know.
Is smoking dopes, drinking drinks,
Yeah.
camper living.
Oh yeah, just
Mint. You got all this but in Dodge flavor and no one gets to see it. Alright, so we're back at her. We got a new hired shop hand here. Gonna give us a hand welding up some stuff outside. We gotta finish what we started off the other day. What do you think there, Christmas? Are you good with a grinder? You wanna try the grinder out or are you good at burning rod? Wanna burn some rod? 70-18, uphill pass, or grinder? You're good with the grinder. What's good for the grinder is good for the goose.
Oh, that's how that went.
Yeah.
Day.
Willard, do you wanna run the grinder or you wanna run the goose? It's a goose stick. Willard, it's a goose stick. Look at those feet. All right, we'll go fire up the welder here, Goose, and get at her. Oh, pitter patter. There you go. Oh, he doesn't like the grating.
That's new.
Oh, he's typical welder. He shows up.
First, that got me dime, buddy.
Now sit on your phone for 6 hours for Fox Street. He is a welder. It's hard to find a good hand or a good leg.
You came highly sought after too.
I know, man. His resume was tip top. One might say his experience fit the bill. Oh. All right, let's get back at her. All right, well, I drank half a gallon of milk this morning.
He needs some milk.
And half a gallon of milk yesterday when I was done welding all this piece of shit together. But it was Mother's Day. Did you do something nice for your mom? You better do something nice for your mom. Your mom's a saint. Your mom's a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart. She makes cookies, buns.
Pretty mint. But yeah, you derelicts better be nice to your moms. They you out of their and you guys it all up like Cujo chewing his way through the side of a dead moose on the side of the road. So you better be nice to your moms. But yeah, we're gonna finish welding all this up, breathe in a little bit more galvanized, and then this thing's done. We can finally tie into the wood mill itself. You want to tie into this thing? Oh, my stogie neighbor got me. And finish that off. These things don't taste right without a bunch of beers in hand.
Fancy hippie drink. Look at this stuff.
Oh yeah, well that's what happens when you got a 50 millimeter. So you guys go ahead and convert 50 millimeters to a Freedom units.
I heard this grows legs back.
Well,
That's why
it doesn't do very good with the legs, but the 50 mil kidney stones, this helping out.
Yeah.
Somebody even commented on the last videos. And it makes my man gravy taste like pineapple. So
15 mil.
You're gonna have a real tasty lunch.
Oh, right on.
Right on.
Brought my chopstick.
This is your job today. You get to tie into this thing because I know that there's instructions in here that I'm not gonna read.
Well, I mean that. Can't read, but
No, it's a tie. That guy doesn't count. He can't even read.
So you can go ahead and get into this guy, and then I'm gonna get that guy done, and then then the truck done, and you might have one wood panel off by the time I'm done all that.
Don't do all the parts this time.
I'm gonna smoke this cigar all morning and make fun of you. Way to go. All right, well we got the rig mat all welded up, all the corners are dialed in, so we can still get lift slings on her. She's all burnt minty. So this thing is officially mint. Now all we gotta do is add wood mill. Is there instructions in there?
There.
Don't even worry about those. Yeah, those things. Look at all this. I can't believe Princess Auto sells these things for what they do and they still make money off the things. I think that's the same mill that's in my pressure washer.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can like smell the China.
China.
Now how dare they put an American name on there?
Hey, where's the ether port? There's always got to be an ether
Oh,
port.
you drill it in the side of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It'll need some ether.
She'll shoot. All right, so I gotta get this done. So I got a proposition for Kevin out there. 35 cents American right here. Kevin, so how heavy were all those leaf springs in there?
All of it.
All of it?
Those are heavy.
The U-bolts?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah? I got 35 cents Freedom units here. Says that I get the Kenworth done before you have this thing set up on there. That's called incentive, son.
What do I have to give you if I win?
20 bucks or out with your mouth.
I don't have any money, but I'll take that bet.
Oh, sounds good. You bring your lip chap again?
Oh, buddy, pineapple.
Oh,
Pineapple mango.
nice. Right on.
You two look like a couple of
Nice. Well, you're a Dodge guy, so you're used to working like that. So yeah, you gonna have this thing dialed in, ready to go by the time I'm done the K-Whopper?
Halfway there already?
Yeah, it looks like it. Look at all this.
Man.
You sleep in the shop all winter. Why do you even have a winter fur? Time starts now. I will have that Kenworth suspension all back together, wheels on, A model cat, blowing black smoke, rolling out the door before you got this thing ready to put gas in. All right, well, we're gonna do some hillbilly yoga here and start stacking leaves. All you cripples like me, the older you get, doing some stretches before you lift all the weight into a spot, wrenching all day in the shop, do some yoga. It's good for you. Oh yeah, what a treat.
Body break, keep moving. Body break, keep moving. Oh yeah. Body break. Body.
He taught us that love was the one thing money couldn't buy. Daddy never was Cadillac kind. All right, to get these guys in there, we're gonna have to spread them open a little more.
That's what she said.
Man, so we're gonna have to get that one as far down as we can. Now I gotta tilt her the other way and almost die. So I was on the phone. Actually, I got a call the night after I figured this out, and the old owner of the truck, an absolute beauty. If you guys haven't seen the video of bringing this old truck home, I did a whole video on getting her home. But the old timer was just tickled pink to hear that I was still running her. So, you know, an old timer, he'll call you and bullshit with you about like that. They love these old trucks. They didn't really give a about a whole lot other than the trucks that fed their families for years. Pretty kind of mint that I get to carry on the mintiness that the old did. It's an honor. Hear the danger sounds coming out of that? I'm in danger. What are you guys doing? Stealing my what?
He's stealing bolts.
Oh,
Really big ones.
you wily prick.
I need a bolt like this.
Was that 5/16?
I don't know what it is.
All kinds over there. You help yourself. I can make a living out of loving you. Be a millionaire. Is your butthole creaking or is it this thing?
Did you do a job hazard assessment?
Oh, yeah. We stood around, had a din, smoked a cigar. Thank you very much for the cigars.
You smoke one?
I did. I got to dip in. Thank you, though.
Good stuff, dude.
My buddy Frosty Skippy, he's an Australian that now lives in Manitoba and drives truck in the States. He may or may not, allegedly, be a crippled hookup for 6 milli rippers. God bless that man. Last year's for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. Oh, I'm getting the out of the way. Oh, that's right on the money there, Clark.
Yep.
Man, all right, so the U-bolts are in there as they're supposed to be sitting. And now we can start sliding leaves in there, I guess. These lightweight leaves. All right, I think the jack bled down. So we're gonna line this button up with that hole and then jack up until this guy touches. So I'm pretty sure the next one in line is that centralizer spring. That big honky tonker right there. Oh yeah, that was easy. If you don't love Randy Travis, you gotta go lay on the porch. So what I think has happened is over the years, the rust jacking is probably what led to the demise of them U-bolts. What for, well, Mother Nature, she may be a cruel stun, but she ain't no weakling. When you get the rust jacking in there, puts a lot of extra tension on them U-bolts. All right, now we got them all stacked in there. Now we're just gonna hammer in this last little guy here. Minty. Now, add a whole bunch of anti-C's, a whole bunch of ugga-duggas, and she'll be done. Mint. All right, well, I put her on high-speed cripple, and everything's looking good. So we got the centralizers all dialed back together. The U-bolts are tighter than I just basically went as tight as the old 3/4 inch gun will go, and then twist with the breaker bar. They're tight. Have to cut them off there. Sticking your head under there with the grinder disc is a real treat. Just lit my beard on fire again. I think we're near ready for wheels. This is gonna be mint. Wonder how Kevin's doing. Kevin, how you doing out there? I don't know, from this angle though, you look about $20 more poor.
Go look at the picture on that box, see where these leveling little armies go, and then look in the instruction book. It's like Canada doesn't know what it wants to do.
Well, China that doesn't know what it wants to do.
I had them here based on the instructions.
Have you tried calling it racist?
I have not. I'm trying to save that. That's
Justin
like the red
Trudeau
one.
said you gotta call it racist a bigot, and it'll just do what you want. What
So
is
I'm gonna
that?
put this here.
What is that dingle valve?
It's gonna do something with the log.
Cool.
That's the plan.
But it locks the log in?
It's got something to do with the log, yeah.
Yeah, you're taking too long here. You just gotta start ram jamming it together, and if it doesn't work, you got a welder and a grinder.
Yeah.
There's even a roll of duct tape there for Pocket Creek. So I'm doing all the wheels. They look sassy. But just remember, if any of you minty pricks are out there doing wheels on an old big truck that's got buds, so what that is you got an inside nut and an outside nut. The inside nut goes on and it holds the wheel to the truck on that little stud, and then you got an outside nut that goes on that, right? But then there's lefts and rights, and left thread and right thread. So left thread all goes on this side, right thread goes on the other side, and then the nuts correspond to the inner threads. And then you'll need 2 sockets and a pork chop. Well, hopefully you don't need a pork chop. So what you need is this guy here, is this socket. If you guys can see inside there, it's got a square drive. So that's gonna put these guys on, like so. And tighten the ever-living out of the inside ones, right? Clean your rim surface and whatnot. Tighten the out of them, like all of it. And make sure you put a bunch of grease or copper coat on the things. Then you slide the rim on, and then you use the outer nut on with lots of grease, lots of copper coat. And then lo and behold, when you go to dink with it next time, you can actually get them off. So what'll happen if you don't get them right is this nut goes onto here like so. Make sure the threads are clean and everything's mint. This one's got some Loctite in it for Fox Creek. So that thread's on there. So what'll happen is this nut will seize to this stud, and then when you come to back these things off the outside wheel, it'll bring the inside nut off with it and bind all the rim together, and it's just a up. And then you got to use a thing called a pork chop, and a pork chop holds this while you undo that. So make sure if you have one of these old trucks, you guys are using the old copper coat and grease, because it'll save you a lot of headache. All right, the old big rig here doesn't look like it skipped leg day anymore. Got all the wheels back on her, looking sassy. Now if you're not this cripple, whether you like polished up chrome or brand new white rims, definitely gotta go with the old white rims. They look mint. Both sides, what a treat. Man, they look good on there. All right, well the truck is done. Let's go see how Kevin's doing. Why does it look exactly the same as the last time I was out here?
Well, see, now it's tightened down now.
So you don't want to use an impact, you gotta use that ratchet.
Well, with guns like these, you're gonna use this. Well, I don't know, you want to weld her down or what? The level, I got the level down.
Well, you might want to have all the track here. That might be a...
Want to what?
Have all the track. You know, the stuff behind you. The extra...
The way I thought of it, you'd build this, and then after a bit, you'd be like, oh man, we should have on a track extension. Then you put it on after. Cause
you just unweld it all and redo it all?
Well, I guess since you're welding it, yeah.
Well, as long as you're at home on the couch eating, smoking dope.
Yeah, let's get more boxes open.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for you, you know.
I like it, I like it.
You taking a break from your wood mill building there?
No.
Is it almost done?
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Mrs. Peg brought us out some snacks. You know, you don't have to worry about the grease on the hands while you're eating. That's how it works.
We ain't never read the manual, cause that's like cheating.
And I don't mind the grease on the hands when I'm eating. Better man than myself once said that. How goes the wood mill?
Not bad. Woo! Salty. That's not all it's salty.
That's why we use the cottage cheese.
Yeah. Wife brings out a snacky about it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what's happening here. What's Kevin doing?
How many positions can you f the dog in? A doggy in missionary position.
Looks like a bit of a up here. So when can I expect your $20? Well, there's $1 American here, and that's from Clark, so which is like 85 grand Canadian. Man, you want to just say all this and retire? We're rich.
Maybe it doesn't matter to you, but I centered mine. Everything is so centered perfect, but maybe it doesn't matter.
Well, I centered mine.
You couldn't have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could have.
Yeah.
Damn it. I've seen that now.
Let's just spend 4 more hours here and 2 more bolts. Don't take them all the way out. Oh, give me that thing.
Hit by accident.
It's like watching a bear cub fill it with his pecker. Whatever the French fried going on here. It's a French English instruction manual written in Chinese. Oh yeah, Chinese people, they don't f around. All right, so what we did is we got some dump steel pounded in the ground here. And we're not leveling it off to the ground at all. All we're doing is we're leveling leg, so you see these little legs here, equaling out each one of those to the body, so it's a straight plane from one end to the other to the rig mat. So the rig mat ain't gonna bend or warp. It needed a 300 excavator to bend it. Now that she's like this, so each black thing here where it touches, I just touch it a little bit. I was giving her the old jump, and she's got the same air gap under each one when you give her the flick. Well, it's just barely touching. That's what you want. All right, with some slight ramminess of this skid steer, we're gonna make this thing mint. It's all you guys. Yeah, there we go. I think spook them. Well, you grab your instructions, Hairlip. What's next? You're supposed to be the commander-in-chief of this job.
Every single time that you get, like, this is a big deal. This is like...
Let's stand around and just have a look at it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Do you want to have a video call with the family, see if they want to enjoy this pinnacle moment?
You know I always do video calls.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, back here behind the barbecue, there's a dog you haven't yet. You want to get on that? You've had way too much time with those instructions for how little outcome has happened.
I'm just getting ready for the next step.
We already done it.
Eyeball the blade, and then we're going to adjust it so slightly.
Ever so slightly. What the f does that mean? And why did I buy another leg deleter? I want to bop with you, baby, all night long. I want to bebop. That's a good song. Did you measure?
That's why we're supposed to tighten the leveling nuts and all the bolts in there, yeah.
What leveling bolts?
All this.
This blade makes my good leg quiver. Down, 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 down. Stop. That's 2 1/4 there. 2 1/4 there. On the money. Pinocchio pecker is the stupidest thing ever. If I go to the steel shop and order 3 by 3/4 wall, guess what I get? It ain't 35 by 40 because it's ready to fit. Stupid done. Carpenters are always stoned. Ask Jaco. Jaco's like, I don't know what's going on, but that's what's going on. Put your little instruction booklet in there.
No, you don't get my instruction booklet.
Your stupid instruction booklet. Yeah, you got to study that thing. You have been the dog, mercenary style, missionary style.
I'm be able to measure my wood. We're gonna eyeball our planks, boys. We got.
You've been 69 in the dog.
4 1/4 turns. That's a 2 by 4.
And you're gonna give.
I didn't know you could go cowgirl with a dog, buddy.
He's doing it.
Right here, we need that bar, but you gotta just cruise him.
All right, well, first off, this is just how real men talk to each other. You guys got to rip on each other unmercifully all the time. That's just the way she goes. That's truck driving. Second thing is, poor Kevin here. So, you know those guys that go to IKEA with their wives and they buy one of those greasy hutches for the house and he spends 4 days reading the manual and doing everything properly and dinking it in? Well, that's Kevin. Jaco and I, we just completely throw the manual away and start ram jamming together and still work. So jiving us all together at the same time was a bit of a dog. So we're getting it done, ripping on each other, everybody's having a good time. Jaco's stoned. It's mint. Which way is this brake handle supposed to go?
We're not on the brake handle. We're still on the bar.
Okay. Grab me the grinder, this brake handle ain't going on. I should have just built my own wood mill. It would have been done by now.
Do you think those holes line up with that guy right there?
Yeah, you stupid prick.
There you go.
Yeah, but now he's going to spend 4 hours looking for the bolts that are already in it. Just because you look like we're not Weatherford right now. You're supposed to actually do work, not just look like you're working. No, I better let Jaco do the wiring, because I did the wiring last time and I f***ed up the word rear. Didn't I, Jaco?
Yeah. I mean, trailer plug wiring is pretty difficult wiring now.
Yeah, but I was fresh off the bottle. And...
Oh, this is a logging scale indicator.
Well, get it going. I'll give you a log to scale. Attention to belts. Where are the belts at? You play with that blade while we get this motor running.
Yeah.
Fire this mill up, Jaco. Was the gas on? You gotta bypass the governor right out of the gate. What the f*** still making ruckus in there? Oh yeah, this thing here. Oh, it's pretty tight. It's good. It's definitely oily because you sprayed oil on everything.
Exploding blades?
No, you're not supposed to oil. Look how much oil you put on that.
Soaked.
Yeah, you're.
I would have liked to wait and actually get some of that. I mean, you're on the dry.
Why'd you put oil on everything?
Dry belt on a dry everything, man.
Well, that's why it kicked off because it's all oily.
Why do I want you freaking explode? Man, I was trying to do the instruction. It wasn't time to start it yet.
Was there instructions to dribble oil on it? I was going to send her for a bit.
To set all the tensions first, and then.
Now we got to hose the whole thing and brake clean for 20 minutes. Where does it say dribble oil all over the belts in there?
It doesn't, but it does say to fill the lube bucket so you're getting a drop every second.
Well, you know why it says that? Because it's for the wood, you stupid. Now we're going to have to bypass that safety in order to spray brake clean in this thing. All right, give her a little love. I'll do a wheel to brake clean in there. Hey, we're going to fire it up. You want to grab the oil can?
Yeah.
could really use a drink. What does that thing do? No, you take the top side off first. I have no idea how to run one of these. Scott made a video, but I was drunk when I watched it. You just take the top first piece off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to cut the top off, flip it, cut that off, and then you got a square beam, I think. So how the f does this magnet thing work? Do we got it on upside down? I'm a metal man, I'm not a wood guy. I think that's about good, isn't it? About there for now.
Push it through, and it rips it in half.
All right, that's in there. Ready to give her a jiggle? Yeah. Look at that jiggle. Man. You want to give it a rip? Want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, buddy? That's a nice chunk of wood.
This is solid oak.
You gotta rip a cut off of that. Yeah, right up against it. Now hold her wide. Yeah. Man, I feel like more of a man with that thing. Yeah, you could do it like Redmond. We could build it. Let's build it. No, we're gonna build an Acco shack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or you put nice siding on it.
Oh, you could put nice siding on an Acco shack.
Awesome, eh?
Man, that's rich mahogany.
Smells of rich mahogany.
Yeah. Let's go cut down the whole forest. Jacob, you wanna give her a rip? Man, look at that! Yeah! Oh, the first thing I'm building with this thing is mint. We are woodsmen. I need a flannel shirt right now. Look at that.
Look at that 2-inch freaking trailer board.
Man, look at that. Well, we just have a variation of boards here. Yeah, but dunnage though. Just throw this all in the shop. Mint. All right, so we're back at her today. Everything's minty. We just went and took the old K-Whopper. Go picked up Junior from school. He was loving on that. What's that stupid sign say about Jake brake? Oh, Jake brake. The chrome one, buddy, the chrome one. Oh, that one. There. You don't need to worry about the Jake brake sign. The only kid to get picked up by a bad truck out of school. He was loving on that. It's a meow. What a cripple's got to do, right-legged man's got to do. You gotta go f yourself. And no, we're gonna center this thing up best we can over top of that middle beam. Make sure it still travels mint, and then weld the thing down. Or yeah, we're good. We're golden. So she's kind of straight on there, is she?
Hey, looks pretty damn good.
Now I'll just light myself on fire by welding all this wood. It'll be mint. go. Now, what we can do is get this thing tied down, add a couple of ratchet straps to the prick, and then we'll be full mobile with it. Look at the hammer on that guy, just a 9 iron. Minty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mint.
Speaking of wood.
You got wood?
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'll do it to you. So all the bad truck and winch truck drivers out there that are gonna give us for using a chain instead of a sling, don't worry, we got Toby tape on it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll back her up and hook her on. All right, deck pins are in, man. Look at that. She's mobile, son. Mint. Now you just want to set her down somewhere, or you can suck her all the way on and then transport the thing where you want to, but you might want to use a shorter chain because we're stunned. But yeah, there you go. And you can even go up on top here, it's fine.
Ratchet straps to hold. Oh yeah.
Oh, you walk the old plank. Am I the counterweight? Kinda. I'm counterweighting. It's like a hillbilly teeter-totter. Whee! If it broke free, I'd be flying. It would have catapulted me into the air. That'd be bad. Yeah, now you just set it wherever you want it. Do all your wood milling.
It's over there.
Yeah. All right, now we got her all loaded up. The neighbor wants to borrow your wood mill. You just hop in the K-Whopper or the deck over trailer, because it'll go on either or, and then just haul ass. Now we'll show you Minty Pricks how to just kick it off. So you could just pull it all the way on if you had a shorter chain and tie it down, but I mean, we let Jesus hold this one down. Jesus take the wheel, Jesus hold the wood mill down.
Yeah.
That's how that works. But yeah, we'll just kick her off here, and then we're gonna mill up some inch. And just like that, you're ready to mill. Man, that's mint. I am excited. It's gonna be a lot better once we put the mill in the middle of the thing, but I mean, you might be a little stunned. What is stunned? It does pucker your butthole up when you watch this thing go over the live roll. This thing's a lot more delicate than anything you're supposed to have with this thing. So this cripple's back at her here. What are you doing, Jago?
Oh, just fucking with my eye hole.
You doing some maintenance on this sassy car over here? You greasing the lower ball joint? Yeah, that lower ball joint needs some grease for sure. Oh, she's still fine. How does she van though? It's got electric rickshaw seat. Oh, it's got heated seats in her, Jaco. It's a Type S. What does that mean?
It's literally the race car model of this car.
Why is the key?
Oh, I hockey taped the out of it because it had a bunch of surgical tape on it.
Oh, still won't van, Jaco. Am I just not doing it? Oh, there it goes. It actually sounds like it might have some jams. Now it van. Man, look at the van. Van. Oh, she's got a cassette player, Jaco.
So sending all the power to that right-hand CV that is no longer connected.
Well, where's the four-wheel drive switch? We gotta kick in the VTEC.
You already did.
Is that what that was? It's got fast van, slow van, and medium van. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a Ford Farm delight. Well, how do you...
Sunroof.
Oh, buddy, we can make our way downtown. Oh, we gotta get rid of the airbags in it though. This thing's gonna beat the out of a drunken packet wagon. I wanna look like a victim of a domestic dispute after this thing goes at my face with a 6,000 PSI airbag. So this is what the plan was the other day. Jaco was stoned and drunk, but you can't blame it on being stoned and drunk. So we're gonna put this box here from old Princess Auto. They had those on special, got her cheap. So she sits right there, and in the wood mill, we're gonna do most of our cutting down there. But when we're doing 16 footers, you know, the worst case Ontario, you have it over here, and you just start your cut like so, and then just pin around down the track. So yeah, that's the ticket right there. So we're gonna rig that up on the side, and we'll just weld it down, because bolt and stuff, and yeah, it'll be honky tonkin', so you can put all your accoutrement in there. So now we got to get to the main event of this whole debacle. The cripple might have been treated real nice by Bass Pro Shop, and they might have hooked the cripple up big time with some fast idle stick varieties that are sassy pants, and you're not going to have stuff like that and not proudly displayed in the Acco Shack. And how do you do that, Jaco?
You just do.
You just do fast idle stick.
Drunk. I'm not paying attention.
What is drunk?
What is drunk? Is drunk going all over the road?
I gotta take the 066. She can't sleep outside. She's a good saw. Oh, and big shout out to the guys in the Northern Metallic Cable Division. They hooked the cripple up big time with some new riggings. All the new riggings. So now Cunts Worthington actually has a proper sling. So Jaco and I milled up these sassy boards the other day. I took the sander to it. She's still rough cut, but I don't know, I don't care. I like that anyway. So what a cripple's got to do, it's got to make a fast idle stick rack, because you can't call it things and stuff.
Guns are racist. So.
Oh yeah, you can't say that. So I don't really know how to do woodworking. I'm a metal guy. So once you cut it too short, I think that's it. You can't really weld it back together. I think these boards would make a sassy fast idle stick holder. All right, so we're just gonna get to cutting this thing and see what happens. Have you ever used a belt sander before? I bought it at Princess Auto because it had it on sale. Oh, it's on cruise. Jaco, it's on cruise. Look at it. Oh, Jaco, you can go faster than that. Look at it. But look at the technique of that guy, though. It's just scratching for traction. Oh.
Yeah, now you stopped it.
Why would they even? Oh, this thing's a piece of shit anyway. Who needs a belt sander? Now we gotta drop a fast idle stick rack. I'm gonna have to clamp this guy down. Any fast idle stick will do. Oh, here's my grandpa's old fast idle stick. Mint. Look at that guy. I have taken out all the critters with this old guy. Something like so for one fast idle stick. So that's the bottom side here. So we'll evenly space them, I guess. We'll put another fast idle stick here. We gotta grab a tape measure that doesn't have gear oil on it. So that guy there is 8 1/4 inch. It's gotta be symmetrical. We'll just give her something like that. We're just gonna freehand all this. It's gonna look like a kindergartner built this thing, but I'm not too worried about it. I think that'd be the ticket. And if we screw it up, I'll just redo it 100 times. I don't know how tight of a corner this guy will do, but we're gonna figure it out. Alright, well since this dirty old cripple took about 3.5 years to cut out this fast idle stick from Pinocchio Pecker, I figured I'd give all the minty Patreons their shout out while I'm doing so. Just want to say I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Without all you minty pricks having my back, that would suck ass. Especially with the new libtarded censorship government we all got in Pakistan. I think things are about to get real rough for censorship and all that kind of shit because them liberals are just pushing on with their bullshit agenda. But having you guys have my back, well that's a comforting feeling, I tell you that for all. Alrighty, well we'll start her off with the 10 buckers. We got Lucian Stevens, Anthony Birchall, Joshua Stalker 420, Jacob, Trenton Newkirk, Jim Biddle, Keith Tarchensky, Hillbilly 7.3, Jordan Norcott, Cameron Blackburn, Brady F, Daniel Bitorne, Half, Jeffrey Hudson, Connor Harrison, Dirty Boy from Alberta, buddy, that's mint. Travis Wilder, 10G King Ranch, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it's Sassy Pants Furred. S'mores 253, T Newkirk 1776, what a treat. Jacob Fisher, Henrik 01 Furred Excursion 6.8 B10, bud, that thing's just aching for a 12 valve. Jared Keller. We got the 12-0 tours that take off, you hoser. Marty Raspier, Jack My Hog Off, that's mint. We got Austin Wetley, Gay for Donald. Garage Talk 1776 at 15 bucks. We got Beasts Reds, Fur by Fur Lover. Oh, we got 1776ers. We got Dalen Knudslien, Henry Kurish, Pete's Pizzeria and Clinic. Your loss is our sauce. I love piss flaps. We got 1855ers. We got West and Duncan McCokener. Duncan McCokener. Oh, damn. Duncan McCokener. That mint. Oh, it's another new one. Oh, we got the 20 buckers of Michael Cronin. Jacob Smith, The Junk Shop, Riley Dove. We got 25 bucker at Jacob Servac. That sounds badass. And we got Mike Hoslogan. And we got a 50 bucker, buddy. Appreciate the shit out of it. We got Mike Hoslong. Oh, I see what you did there, Mike Hoslong. That's awesome. What a treat. So all you guys, I appreciate the shit out of it. As new Patreons, you're entitled to a bunch of minty shit. I think Kevin's got a Patreon code for all the merch. So make sure you guys dial that in. The old right-legged man's always looking after you minty pricks. And yeah, there's a bunch of extra content, bunch of this, bunch of that. You guys can tie into the comment sections and tell me I'm a drunk derelict cripple on there. And just mint. Alright, so those guys are tits out of 10. But we also got a bunch of minty pricks that have been around here a while and seen fit to give my fat crippled ass a raise. We got Weston Brenda, that greasy 92 Furred from the Dutchman. Joshua Pierce for Fox Creek. Connor, Kyle DeGost, Jake Juelo. 1863 Jet A. Is that a UN number? I'm gonna have to look that up. That's mint. Joseph Armstrong. Memphis. Whoever named you Memphis, just thank your parents. That's a badass name. Mischief Master. Tanner Grady. Eddie. Greatho 63. Cody. Freedom 35. Dan the Minty Man. Mr. NG. Joseph Moore. Evan Liard. Furred 460 Big Cock. That's mint. J Money. Coy Flinner. Axe Mix Nick. Evan McEwen. 1776. What a treat. We got Mason Darrow. Alright, then we got Try Cox again. Dyke Support. That's mint. Quad God 1538, Chad Johnson, and Tristan Daniel Hudkins. Oh, you guys, I appreciate you out of rage. You guys are tits out of 10. Oh, yeah. Check that out. Mint. Oh, it's all oily and greasy. Oh, yeah. Mint. We got to make sure that thing's going to fit the main event here. That's going to be a nice fast idle stick holder, buddy. Look at that. Hey?
That's a pretty fancy looking rig up there.
Man. I know what I'm doing. Man, I can wood butcher, I can hammer and paint, do things with my hands that most men can't. Man, I think these things are symmetrically up too. Look at that. Not teabag, buddy. So we got those dialed in, they're all sanded down. Now I think we're just gonna put a backing on these. Man. Look at that piece of wood. Feel that. Oh, it's a Balchinian. Wood sure is easily to drill though. Yeah, it ain't working with no 3/4 inch plate steel. Boys, check that out. Man, made out of wood from the Furred Farm. What a treat. Look at that. Just look at it. Alright, well I'm going to stand her up because it's all greasy again. And then we'll do the old install on her. She's going to be mint. Alrighty boys, well here's the final product. Look at that. I had an old stencil kicking around. Screwed it right to the fast idle stick rack. And now we got to go put it up in the Acco Shack. I haven't had anything this nice in forever. Check that out, Jaco. Man, this could go on a trailer that doesn't have wheels under it. Yeah. All right, well, Jaco and I are sitting here talking about how to find the stud. We're not really worried about finding the stud. We're more worried about finding the wire. So with my voltage tester, if I'm this far away from that thing, it'll go off. So that basically means that we could drill into the wood up to 6 inches and it won't hit a wire, right? Yeah. I don't want to burn my Acco shack down.
Power off that.
I don't see any power in the wall. That doesn't have any power in it. Hold on, let me lick my finger.
Good call.
I don't feel any power flowing through there. Oh, that's on there. Skookum. Center. Man.
Nice.
That is beautiful. Check out the fast idle stick holder. Oh yeah, yeah. There's some nice hardware hanging on there. What a treat. Alright, some minty prick sent me that a long time ago. She's all screwed up on the wall. We got the Lube Tube 1 million subscribers plaque. 100,000 can identify as that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that. People probably never seen inside the old Acco shack. I don't think they have. It's a good time. Look at the Richie Bros hats. K-Whoppers. Drunk derelicts. Willer dog, is that a good cigar? You need a cigar too? You need your stun for that, yeah. Alright, well I appreciate all you dirty derelicts watching this greasy old pretty mint, pretty tits out of 10. So if you minty pricks enjoy what you've seen, tip your old hat to all the Sassy Pants Patreons. Because you've heard of Powered by Ferd before. Well, this old cripple, he's powered by the old Patreons. Because if it wasn't for all you sassy hoors, I'd be able to do what I do, but not on the hillbilly level I get to. So once again, appreciate the out of it. And to all the minty pricks that bought some stencils or some flags off the old ziptiesandbossplot.com, you guys, just tits out of 10. But until the next Dirty Derelict production, that shouldn't be too far down the road unless I put the remaining leg in the grave, you guys keep out your ass.